I wanted to get a little bit into the security of Cosmos and Cosmos chains, because in that article that I mentioned earlier from Bankless, they basically come up with the conclusion that Ethereum is way secure because of also the power centralization of validators and Cosmos chains. And I think this has also like publicly been their kind of like narrative. What is your take on that about the centralization and around the security model also on the Cosmos Hub and also other Cosmos chains as compared to Ethereum, for example?
I mean, what we've seen in Cosmos is that stake centralization is the biggest issue, and the number of validators matters drastically less. You know, I actually think it's probably going to be easier to spread out stake amongst the right number of validators and have more effective decentralization in a Cosmos-like system with a capped and constrained number of validators versus an Ethereum system where you have sort of this uncapped number of validators, but they cap the amount of stake that each validator has. This places a lot of burden on operators. You know, operating a Cosmos validator with 3 sentries and sharded signers or a hardware signer, Zaki and I maintain those respectively. You know, those setups at scale cost like $1,000 to $1,200 a month, a little bit more depending on your hardware, depending on network ingress and egress on the particular network. But, you know, that's it. For Ethereum, you know, in order to have a similar setup for, let's say, the 1,000 validators that you need to run, it's A, drastically more expensive from a compute perspective and wasteful, and B, achieves the same thing in terms of your validator, your logical validator, getting a percentage of stake. And what we're seeing is ETH2 is in fact much more centralized from a stake centralization perspective than Cosmos is. And it's because of this infrastructure network effect and the fact that at scale, you need to run so much infrastructure. And, you know, in order to have this thing where they've got so many validators, what they've given up is instant finality. And, you know, that has a bunch of other knock-on effects that I don't really think are desirable. You know, obviously I'm working on this one system. I stand it for sure. But I think that the trade-off set, if you sit down and look at it logically, how these things have played out, I think they made some design mistakes on that.
Saki, do you have any thoughts about the security models and how Cosmos might also like evolve in the future to become more decentralized and more secure in that sense?
I mean, the biggest challenge that everyone in proof of stake has is how to keep block production relatively decentralized, right? And this short answer is nobody really knows how to do this yet. Like, we don't know, like MEV is going to be an enormous, is going to be enormously centralizing, right? Like, what everybody who's hypothesizing about what does Ethereum look like after the merge is really like needlessly speculating. Like, what is going to be the, like, what is Ethereum 2.0, like, what is Ethereum post merge? Like, we're in this weird state where a beacon chain exists and it has a set of block producers and people are, you know, are occupying slots and producing blocks, but those blocks don't have any like transactions in them and they don't have any MEV in them. And all of this is going to change after the merge, as will, you know, and then like once you have people actually being able to withdraw the rewards, again, like most people who are securing the beacon chain right now are securing the beacon chain right now because they were like, I would like staking derivatives. I would like to speculate on yield in Ethereum. Like, this is what I'm gonna look like, rather than like actually be producing blocks in a production system. So like, I think all of this is really TBD. We don't really know. You know, the Cosmos on the other, you know, like you're going to have two things that are going to fundamentally change. One is you're moving a very large economic system onto a proof of stake network with the merge. On the other hand, the Cosmos ecosystem is a much smaller economic system. and is also evolving over time as the economic system in Cosmos gets bigger and bigger at a clip. And so I don't know. Everyone is just speculating. No one has the slightest idea, like what. No one has anything remotely interesting from an empirical point of view to point to about which system is more secure and which system is more decentralized.
Yeah.